Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 7 of Civilization 6, where I'm still trying to get my first deity victory here. Something that I actually read in an article a couple of days ago was saying that since Firaxis did the last balance change patch, which was in April of this year, so that's only 2 or 3 months ago, that apparently there was a change made to the way that AI weights its decisions about which buildings to build. And therefore which text to research to unlock those buildings. And apparently, whether this is true or not, but apparently the AI has been weighted too heavily towards prioritizing tech buildings. Now, if that's the case, it very much explains the reason why I'm having so much trouble in catching the AI up with tech. Don't get me wrong, this is deity and the AI always has an advantage. They start with more text than the player. They get a bonus to research, they get a bonus to production, and they start with 3 settlers. So they're going to get 3 cities very early on, and that's going to give them a bonus to their research gain. But I feel that even in this particular campaign, I feel like I'm further behind in tech than I was at this point in the Shaka one. And that might not be the case, that might just be misremembering, but at this point in the campaign here, we've already got Scotland with a couple of different spaceports that they're building. They're certainly working on 2 over here, and I think I've seen another one somewhere in one of their other cities. I don't even have the tech to build them yet. I'm still about 6 or 7 techs away from doing that. So I'm very annoyed if that is a change that has been made, particularly because if they weren't beelining tech buildings all the time, I'd have probably won that previous attempt. But I shall push on anyway, in the hopes that maybe I can catch up. I'm not as hopeful as I was in that Shaka victory. And I find that, what, Shaka victory? Yeah, Shaka had the victory, I suppose. But I just find it strange that I feel like I had a better start.
It would be very awkward if
Research, well, we definitely want research labs. I feel like I had a better start in this game than I did in the previous one. And I haven't been distracted by 2 wars either. So, yeah, it's a little weird. But we'll see what we can do. We've got to go and fix all this stuff up. We've got to get over here and fix that stuff up as well. Now, given the fact that we now have research labs, wherever I can, I am going to, with my monies, buy a research lab. We're not going to be able to get many. So you've got 128 science per turn. What's my next highest science output? Not very much. Most of them are terrible. So 22, 31... So 31's the next highest, which is this one, yeah. I don't have much science output at all, which is probably part of the issue here. Can't afford to do another research lab right away. But that's soon about to change. Thanks to Sinbad up here with 4 more charges. So let's keep getting some money via Sinbad if we can. What do you want? What happened over there? Defeated. Oh, it's an unmet city-state. Well, we're not bothered about the city-state. So 2,300 gold. So that's enough to buy another research lab. So this is the one that had 28. Yeah, 37 is the one that's got one. It's still not a lot. We're still very, very far behind here. So, yep, you're going to get a research lab as well. If you could repair that, please. And some cities are underpowered. So we're just trying to rush through the text now. I think I've actually got space. Let me just double check in a moment. There's colonialism.
The enforced spread of the rule of reason. But who is going to spread it?
Raj might be useful at this point. We're not too bothered about a bit of extra gold. Give us +6 science. I mean, it's not huge, but is there anything else we could get that would give us some more science? Not at this point. So let's go ahead and do that. Cannot yet afford another research lab, but we do have more uses of Sinbad. 2 more charges, so we'll be able to get more there as well. So still can't get a research lab here. Yeah, I wanted to check this. Did I queue it up? Yeah, rifling, plastics. No, the other things that are boosted. Square rigging, industrialization, let's just assume that we want to boost all the way through to... Yeah, rocketry, this is queued up. 6 techs away. So we've got to go through a lot of stuff to get to rocketry. While Scotland is already building... Yeah, so we're going to have to get some spies on the go here. Extra science from buildings in campuses, if population is 15 or higher. We'll get that. It is 15 in the capital. That is the only place... Oh no, Coimbra down here is at 16. You're at 16. Okay, so that actually will be useful for us. Let's go and send you there. We're not the suzerain, but it does give us +3 science in every research lab and chancery building. That's a point. We could probably build the chancery building. If we were the suzerain here, what would that give us? Oh, it's when a religious unit converts. So not all that useful. But I'd still like to try and become their suzerain if possible. I mean, why not? We'll finish getting repairs over here. It might be worth moving Riing there, actually, given the amount of flooding that that place tends to get. We can only have her in one city at once, unfortunately. Although we're really not going to have any fisheries over here, so it's not a big deal one way or another. I sent you up here for a reason. I've got a feeling it was probably to get that, so let's go do that. That gives us an industry opportunity. We have barbarians coming our way.
But the unseen wind.
There's square rigging done. We do have a unit over here. Can upgrade that to a field cannon. It's expensive, but we will do it. Gives us a boost anyway. We'll go ahead and just get the industry there, because then we won't lose the warrior. They may come along and pillage, but we'll get over there as quick as we can. Governor has been established. Let's quickly go and find Sinbad. He's got 2 more charges left, so we can get rid of that ship. So now we actually have enough to go and buy another research lab. So this one that's only giving us 25. Do we have any more with a population that of 15 or over? No. So let's go ahead and buy the research lab there. So I'm really trying to just push my research as quickly as I can. Scotland is still leading with 313 science per turn. I'm now 283.6, so I am catching up, but still slowly. 41 techs to 54. He's still 13 techs ahead of me, you see. That is very, very scary. You don't even have a campus yet. Building one is probably going to take you somewhere around forever. Let's get you the watermill first, because that extra production is probably going to be useful. Let's try and get across there with the worker. I could buy another one, but I was sort of saving my money for those research labs at this point. Lots of stuff going on here. Now, I don't think there are any more barbarians up here. Well, there's a camp. Well, I can clear the camp, actually. There we go. Get ourselves an extra 700 gold. And that's our last charge on Sinbad. So that's 700 more gold. Can't quite afford another research lab on this turn, but we can get one on the next turn, because we'll get another 330 gold from our monthly tick. There we go. There's a commercial hub.
I think the human race
that gives
made
us
a big
industrialization.
mistake at the beginning of
Military emergency against Christina. I'm not that bothered. I don't really think she's that much of a threat to my current game. You have... Let's get the sewer, because you're coming up to having housing issues. Let's go and repair that. Probably what needs doing. Yeah, you can't get there on this turn anyway. Not an awful lot left I can do with Sinbad. He's still got 15 turns left, but I don't think he can get anywhere. I can't even circumnavigate the world with him. I think this map is basically got one big landmass that goes right from the pole to pole down the middle here. So I can't actually get him across. So special session. I don't really want to be at war with that, so I'm going to vote no. I mean, she's quite far away. I don't suppose it would have been that big of a problem if Scotland goes to war with her. Ah, there we go. It took us to this point. Interesting.
World shall fall.
Because it was doing that in the background. Okay, so we've got the Colosseum. Right, no, he does accept the embassy. Will you accept the friendship? Yes. Okay, fine. Right, that's not too bad, I don't think. This passed by one thing, but I'm not involved in it, so that's alright. Right, okay, now we've got Rationalism. And that's worth another 13.5 science per turn. So we'll take that. So let's have a quick look at that now and see what we're up to. We've got, see, 296.6 to Scotland's 317. He still has more tech per turn than I do. Trade route capacity is increased because obviously we've now met another civilization. Anything here help us with science? Probably not greatly. Go for natural history. We can afford to get ourselves another research lab. It's not worth having one in the city that only has 3 science. We'll get the research lab there. Leaves us 490 gold. That should be enough to get another trade route. Although we can't get a trade route with Inca, of course, because it's too far away. But we can actually, or should be able, to buy another trader. So let's go ahead and do that. Maximize our money. So let's start building things like factories. Anything that gives us more production, because obviously I'm just going to put Sinbad to sleep at this point. We'll need as much production as possible. If we can get to the techs well, we're not going to get to the techs before Scotland does, but we want to try and get out ahead of him if possible. I will build a campus here. Even if I do, it's not going to be the greatest of campuses. We'll take an embassy. And choose a production. We could get a government plaza. We don't actually have one at the moment. Let's go get a government plaza over here. So we've got some more trade routes. Let's go to Aberdeen. That'll give us some more science. That's probably one we were already running. 301 to 314. Catching up in science, but not really catching up in techs. And then, yeah, I guess we go to that one as well. So what does that one put us on? 301 to 314. So we're almost caught up in terms of science per turn. Can't remember what those city-state buildings give me. I'll have to double check that one. You want to buy the incense. 3 gold per turn is far too little. You'll only give me 3. You do have chocolate. Would you give me a fair trade? Yeah. There we go. Sort of solve some of the amenity problems, I suppose. Right, what does that give? Is golden food. I mean, I suppose it's better than nothing at this point. We should probably go and get the... There's so much stuff here that we could get. It's not... This city's kind of pointless.
King Solomon gave the Queen of Sheba all she desired and asked for.
More trade routes.
Besides what he had given her.
And trade routes to this city get more gold. So that's increased our trade route capacity. I think it's perfectly reasonable to purchase another trader. What are we going to build here? Let's get the stock exchange. Just trying to get money because I might just need to buy as much stuff as possible. We'll leave the builder over here in case stuff gets flooded out and he needs to go and repair stuff again. Apparently I've got another trader somewhere that I'm not using.
Walk away from a landing. It's a good land.
So there's flight done. 2 turns to get steam power. So we're getting a few boosts. New barbarian outpost. Not near me, so not a problem. You have a campus. Let's go and get some of the holy site stuff, because you can get tech that way. Yep, send you to Sweden. There we go, 12 of 12. So now, what are we up to? 326.2, 338, still behind Scotland. Just cannot catch him up. Stockholm being attacked by barbarians. It was nice to see. City founded there. That's fine. You can stay there, Sinbad. That's not a big problem. So where are we over here? Yeah, let's go ahead and... Well, we've got the government plaza now, haven't we? So... settlers... 20% production in all cities for 5 turns. Amenities and housing for cities with governors. Yeah, we don't really want that one. Let's just go to the Ancestral Hall and work our way up. See, Statue of Liberty, something like that, we do want to get built to stop somebody getting a diplomatic victory. Is that likely to happen before somebody gets a scientific victory? Scotland's only on 6 of 20. I don't think it's that important, to be fair. There's nothing else here that will give us any reasonable amount of science. So I think we just carry on with the money-making ones. Governor titles. It was actually Amani that I wanted to get, so I could send her to a city-state. Which city-state have I lost suzerain status with? Cahokia. Let's go and send her there. Try and get it back. Keep the money coming in. Right, I'm not going to go for friends with Scotland anymore.
Science owes more to the
Simply because I need to be able to start spying on him. So alliance has expired with Scotland. That is fine. We could go ahead and get an alliance with you. Although I can't trade with you. So no, maybe not. We'll leave that for now. You're the only other friend that I've got. I am trading with Gaul. Would you take friendship? Yes. Would you go for a research alliance? Yes. There we go. So now I get some extra research without it boosting Scotland. I'm still 11 techs behind. Now you do want a campus. It's going to take a while. We can get a +3 if we're not too bothered about it flooding. Although there isn't a lot of industry at the moment, so... Volcano becomes active. Is that one of mine? No. Yeah, we'll take your embassy. City underpowered. I mean, we could try and power them up, but then we're going to have stuff flooding, which is always a bit of a nightmare. We're going to get the sewer here because you've got problems with housing. Let's get the bank and on to the next turn. So we're 3 turns away from radio. We're not going to build a national park. Well, let's see if we've got any aluminium.
I would have given some useful hints for the better ordering of the universe.
Antiquity sites and water parks. Zoos are useful because zoos do actually give extra science. Anything here that could be useful? Nothing that directly gives us science. That might be useful. We might need the extra oil. No, we want this one, don't we? Not that one. There we go. So those are just antiquity sites. I'm not too bothered about those. Clear up all the messages. Where are we up to now? 4,300. That's an alliance expired with somebody. Oh, that's my alliance with you. What alliance did we have before? Was it an economic alliance? I am sending things to you, I think. I can't even remember now. Can't even remember where all my trade routes are going at this point. Okay, let's have a look. Temple. Doesn't really give us much. We've already got a campus here, though, so let's just keep going. Send envoys. Got suzerain status on all of these. Let's send a few to Brussels. We start getting some extra production. Yeah, yeah, we don't want to have friendship with Scotland right now because I want to be able to spy on him. Because I need to do everything I can to hinder his production
A world
towards the
without
space
radio,
race.
is it?
So we're about to see if we've got aluminium. We haven't. You're getting very close to me up here. He's actually got Victor in there, so he must be having some loyalty issues without. So I can't see what he's building now because I'm not allied with him, but he does have these space centers there. So that's a bit annoying. You can grow now, so you've got a bit on the housing. Let's get the zoo. There's a few marsh and rainforest tiles, so that'll be some extra science. I mean, you could have just bought that, I suppose. Probably should have just bought that. What's Info doing over here? So you're producing the zoo. We do have spies. I'm going to change my mind here, and I'm just going to straight up purchase the zoo. And I'm just going to get him hard building a spy, I think. You're going to purchase a zoo as well, because we can afford it. So I don't know how many spies we can have. You can get the Rua Valley, apparently. On a good tile for it. You work on that. The production will be useful. Grandmaster's Chapel is faith. Nothing here that really gives us anything. Spy capacity. Yeah, let's go for that. I think we might need that. We don't have an industrial zone in the capital. We probably should. It's only 3 turns to get one. Don't really want to get rid of any of the marshes, because we'll get extra science from those. Could get rid of a farm, but okay, I guess we'll get rid of one of the rainforests. It'll be worth having. Let's give you surplus logistics. Should have got that long ago, really. Okay, I think we've got time for one more turn. Definitely got some money in the bank here. Got some strategic resources. Been plundered. Had a flood. So, everything going on over here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves... We'll just buy a builder. Trade route plundered. Oh, those are the barbarians that were down there bothering Sweden. Well, that's problematic. That means I need to get another flipping trader now. I mean, I've got the money. I can afford it, but you could just do without this sort of stuff, you know? So let's get a trader. That wasn't really the end of the turn. At least I don't think it was. So we'll just carry on again. We're now just 3 turns away from rocketry. There goes Sinbad. So looking at the scores now. 356.8 to 339.9. I am now producing more science per turn than Scotland. But he's still 12 techs ahead of me. So it's not over yet. Let's send you there. It's slightly less science, but slightly more gold. I know I've got an alliance with you. And also you shouldn't be too bothered by the barbarians. So you're going to go around and start repairing all of this stuff. And building that industrial zone will allow me to then build some industrial, to buy some industrial zone buildings, and I can just get a spaceport up and running pretty quickly. So yeah, do I just want to, because it's going to be ready in 1 turn. What am I going to do for 1 turn? Let's put 1 turn into a spy. So there is a plan here. You're going to work on the stock exchange, but we're also going to purchase the zoo. You're going to go over here and repair stuff. I know I said 1 more turn, but I want to do this now, because if I don't do it in this video, by the time I come back to the next one, I'll have forgotten about it, and I don't want to do that. So there's some error score. No, there's rocketry. You're going to go over there because you need to fix that. Let's just forget about everything else, and as much as we can, beeline whatever it is we need to do the whole rocketry thing. So the first thing we need to do is launch the... wait, satellites, isn't it, first? Oh, satellites we already get here anyway. So the next thing we want to go for into is moon landing, which we can kind of beeline. And then launch Mars colony. So that's going to take us through a lot of the tech tree slowly. Would be nice if we could get some addition. Oh, flip. I've carried on with that spy. It's not a bad thing because obviously I still want to build that spy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stop work on the spy. I am going to purchase the workshop. I'm going to purchase the factory and purchase the power plant. So that will speed up our production. And then because I can't purchase it, I'm going to hard build the spaceport. Again, it means getting rid of a marsh or a rainforest or something, which is always a pain, but let's go ahead and do that. And then you're going to fix that up. So we are now 363.6 to 332.2. And still 12 techs behind. Let's have actually a look at the science victory. So he's actually launched the Earth satellite. So the question now is just whether or not and I think, I'm just trying to think back to it. I think in my previous game with Shaka, I do think that there were some AIs that had already launched the Earth satellite before I even started that. So I could be in a similar position to where I was. I don't think I'm as far behind as I thought that I was. Definitely need to get a few more spaceports. Definitely need to get some spies over there so that we can stop him from, progressing with that as much as possible. I think that's what we need to do here. Production salvaged. I wasn't able to get Ruhr Valley. That's a shame. Somebody did beat me to it. But I did get some production back from it. I mean, we could get a spaceport over here. It's not going to be a particularly fast spaceport, but let's use the tile that we're not getting science from. We'll work on another spaceport over there. You can, I guess, work on a farm and help with the housing. And that is all we can do on this turn. So I'm going to end the video there. It's getting quite hot, so I need to put the air conditioning back on. I'll see you guys on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.